Hey y'all, welcome to my little slice of YouTube where we will discuss books and take the concepts within these books and relate them to everyday life. I appreciate y'all being here and sharing in this journey with me. Thanks. Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Elise, aka The Pretty Nerd, and today we are going to be talking about When I Hit the Road by Nancy Cavanaugh. Okay, let me provide you guys with some additional information about the book. It is a fiction genre book. It has a total of 283 pages. I bought the book at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, but it retails at Target for $11.89. I started reading the book on March 11th of this year and finished it on April 24th of this year. Okay, so first things first, I bought this book from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree specifically, a few months ago. If you don't know, let me hip you to the fact that the Dollar Tree sells books for $1.25. Okay? And if you are like me, I pick up a book, buy a book based on the cover only. And when I first saw this book and looked at it, I thought it was going to be like some kind of like rom-com thing, which is really not my thing, but I'm trying to get into different genres of books. So I was like, I'm going to give it a try. Put it on my bookshelf, forgot all about it. I do this thing where one of my children pick my next reads. So I'm not always kind of reading the same genre. It gives me a kind of random selection of what I'm reading all the time. So picked this book up, started reading it, and immediately was like, it's a no. It's a hell no. This is giving very much middle school, been there, done that. And here's the kicker. The book is geared towards 7th to 12th graders, whatever. So that's probably why I got Kitty from it initially. But to my surprise, y'all, this book was better than expected. Let me rephrase. Yes, the book based on a middle schooler's life in middle school, whatever, was better than expected. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Okay, before I can tell y'all why the book was better than expected, let me set the scene for y'all. It was circa 1983. No, I'm just playing. For real. It is a book based on a young girl going to Florida to see her grandmother and spend the summer with her and her mother. And to their surprise, when I get there, the grandmother wants to go on this road trip, right? The road trip is full of different kind of twists and turns and different kind of things that happen to them. The majority of them not so good things. Like a lot of bad stuff happened to them on this trip. But, it turned out to be one of the best trips of their lives. The reason why I say that this book was better than expected was the hidden gems that, like, if you pay close enough attention, you'll realize, like, oh, the author really spit in here. Like, she really telling you a little bit of something. Like, she really giving you a little je ne sais quoi, if you will. You know what I mean? Something that you can take as a 7th through 10th, 12th grader, or as an adult and, like, embed in your mind and use for the rest of your life. Like, there are definitely some gold nuggets here that you can, like, put in your back pocket, carry around with you, pass along, all of that. And I'm going to get into some of those with you. Just a few, maybe a little more than a few. I don't know. Mind your business. We here for a good time. Sometimes a long time. Or whatever Drake said. Something like that. But we're going to get into those points. I'm going to tell you why I thought it was better than expected, and then let you know whether or not you should get the book, buy the book, rent the book, borrow the book, ask a friend for the book, whatever. Read the book. We're going to get into it. Okay, so before they left on the trip, she was given this Dear Me journal by her mother, who works for, like, a memorabilia company. Put your mind in the frame of like a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby or a Joann Fabric, something like dedicated to arts and crafts and things of that nature. So she had this book, and her idea was that her daughter was going to be the marketing for her company, right? She was going to use the letters that her daughter wrote to herself during her summer break to kind of say, like, look, this is a great way to um, make memories and jot down memories and, you know, keep memories and maybe pass them down as like family heirlooms or whatever the case may be. But a great way to keep mind of special times or whatever. So what I liked about it is the significance in journaling, right? I think that oftentimes we get into this thing where, or this space where we feel like we need to talk to somebody all the time about what our problems are. And yes, that's great. Like, therapy is great. Therapy is great. But another form of therapy is like writing to yourself or writing to God. In this case, it was her writing to her future self about things that had transpired on this road trip. And what I like about it is because when you write to yourself, you are probably your most authentic with your feelings, with your thought processes, with all of it as it pertains to you. You are probably your most authentic. So I personally journal every night to God about my day, about what stresses me, about what made me happy, about what made me sad, about these kids, child. If you know, you know. If you're a parent, you know. I journal about these kids a lot. But this ain't about me. Mind your business. So journaling is a form of therapy. And in the book, the girl discovered that it was a form of therapy, right? Because she was like, this writing to myself, even in the current sense for my future self, who has already lived through this experience, has brought me so much peace and tranquility. And I find comfort in being able to adequately express myself without the judgment of somebody else, without disappointing somebody else, or being responsible for somebody else's emotions. Here in this journal, in this book, it's just about me and my emotions and my feelings and whatever it is that I want to say. And that is one of the reasons why I was like, I like this book, because I tell people all the time, journal. Write it out. If you don't feel like you can talk to somebody, if you don't really think that therapy is your speed or whatever, write it out. Write it to you. Put it in a safe space where can't nobody see it, can't nobody read it, can't nobody touch it but you. And then look back later, right? Maybe a month later, 2 months later, a year later, 3 years later, 4 years later, and honey, you will be surprised what God has brought you through. Not over, but through, because you can't heal what you don't go through. But God will, okay, we ain't gonna do that again today. But yes. Okay, another good thing about the book was as she spent more time journaling, she developed a stronger relationship with herself. She realized that journaling to herself, talking to herself, exercising the ability to feel what she feels and feel the emotions fully and truly without the judgment of others, without disappointment or thoughts of what she should be doing or how she should be feeling, that she strengthened her self-concept, her vision of her self-worth. She became more in tune with herself and what she needed, and her relationship with herself became better. The self-loathing that she had because she felt like she wasn't good enough in whatever aspect she had tried to be good in her middle school years in the book, since it was her like trying out for sports and things like that and never making the team. And so her self-concept was low because of it. But spending that time with her aunt, why did I say her aunt, y'all? I never told y'all her aunt was in the story. It was clearly her grandmother. Spending that time with her grandmother and seeing how happy her grandmother was to spend time with her and telling her how great she was and things like that. And journaling with herself and putting down the things that they did in the day and what she did in the day and how she was and how she responded to things helped her see that she was more than her failures. She was greater than her failures. I just preached the word to somebody because somebody needed to know that they were more than their failures. Okay, God told me to tell you that. You are more than your failures. And so her relationship with herself was strengthened, and she became more happy with who she was and realized that maybe the things that she wanted to do in middle school as far as sports and stuff wasn't even what she wanted to do. She wanted to do them because that's where her older sisters were doing. That's where she's seen people getting accolades from, and that she could be great and receive accolades just by being herself and being true to who she is and what she likes and what she loves. And so, another nugget, and we're gonna get into the next. Now, y'all know I can't tell y'all everything that happens in the book because then y'all wouldn't read it. And I want y'all to read it. I want y'all to read this book. So I want y'all to read it. So I can't tell y'all everything that happens in the book. But another like compounding theme in the story was your dreams are worth it. Mind your business. I'm reading off my notes because I gotta have notes. I like to be prepared. Your dreams are worth it. Her mother lost her job. Because she had spent so much time. I'm sorry, it was a motorcycle going by. Spent so much time investing into the business that she didn't realize that the dream that she wanted the company to buy into, she could have went out on her own and did, right? And so while she felt defeated that the company was willing to let her go because they couldn't see her vision, she realized that somebody else, i.e. her daughter, who had used the journal and bought into the journal and was invested in the journal, was willing to help her go the extra mile to make her dream worth it. And so I guess what I got from the book, what I know what I got from the book is your gifts will make room for you. I know we done heard that our entire lives, but that could not be a truer statement. What somebody else don't see don't mean that it's not for you. Because the company couldn't see it for her didn't mean that it wasn't for her, right? Sometimes you can't see what's for you because God has you hidden. Or God has it hidden because it's only for you to see. It's only for you. It's only your vision, right? And so you got to get in a space that is outside the realm of other people's eyes for it to be seen and for it to come to fruition. So that's why I liked it. I know y'all can see why I like that part of the book. Why I gotta explain that to y'all? Another good thing about the book was understanding the pressures to do what other people want you to do. Here come my son interrupting my video. Okay, so where did I leave off? The pressure to do what others want. So on this road trip, it was the girl, her grandmother. I don't know why I can't remember these people's names for y'all. But I can't. That's neither here nor there. So the girl, the grandmother's friend, almost like her best friend, and that best friend's grandson. I remember his name though, because it put me in the I would like to get to know if I could be Brandon. I would like to get to know if I could be. That was his name. Okay, mind y'all business. I be liking to sing a little bit. So Brandy played baseball, like all city or whatever it is when you like really, really good at a sport. And he was in like travel baseball, which is like AAU baseball or whatever. Is AAU baseball a thing? Or am I making that up? Is it just called travel baseball? Whatever, that's not important. The important part is he felt pressured to be good at baseball and to continue to pursue baseball because his brother, who was also really good at baseball, decided he didn't want to do that anymore. When he went to college, he started a band, and his father was disappointed and like put all of this pressure on him, Brandy, to live up to the expectation that he had for his older son. And so he was like, I just really want to sing. And Brandy had like this good singing voice. That's probably why they named him Brandy, huh? Because like Brandy the singer. I might have a little bit of ADHD, but I'm working on it. So whatever, Brandy wanted to sing. And he no longer wanted to pursue baseball. And the nugget in the book was like, she was like, I think that you should tell your father, be really honest with your father that this isn't something you want to do anymore. Like, you want to do it because you enjoy it, but you want to pursue singing. Like, you want to take lessons and you want to do that. Like, you enjoy that more. And you should be able to do both. Or give up baseball if that's not where your heart really is, and pursue singing full time. So she was like, because once you do that, you'll free yourself and you'll feel more enlightened and happy about your day-to-day life, instead of feeling bogged down by the pressure to perform well in baseball, and that's not really where your heart is. That's not really where your desire is. And that is true in the real world too. You know, release yourself from the pressure of what other people want you to do. You got to live this life for you and you alone, because who else is in it? This your world. We all just in it, right? So you got to live it for you, because when you hit that bed at the end of the day, you with you. Now, some people, yeah, you with somebody else, they laying next to you, but you with yourself in your mind and in your spirit. So you got to be comfortable with who you are and who gonna look back at you in the mirror. And if you're not being true and honest to yourself, and you living based on the desires of other people for you, you're not living a truly fulfilled life. So that's why that was great. Okay, I'm a little bit frustrated because my phone is about to die, and so the last little clip that I recorded didn't save. So we're gonna try it again. We're gonna run that back. So the last point is, don't miss out on building memories while helping people build their own, right? So the mom missed out on her family, on the road trip with her daughter and her mom, because she had to leave and go back home because her job had called her back home, only to get fired, have a panic attack, and end up in the hospital, and realize that she has spent all of her children's childhood working that job, helping other people build memories with their families, and she hasn't had a chance to build her own with hers. So I think we all can understand why that's important, because yes, it's important to work a job because it pays you, but use it to finance your life in the ways that make memories possible. Not completely. Like, we don't want you to go out and like spend all your money on trips and stuff, making vacations and memories. We don't want you to do that, because I don't want y'all calling me like, Elise, you said. I ain't say all that. All things in moderation, memories included. Like, use your job to finance the things you want as far as memories go, like going on vacation and things like that. But like, go to work. But don't let work consume your entire life, that you can't live a well-balanced, well-rounded, happy, fulfilled life, that when you get to the end of your life, you ain't got no memories with the people that you love, or the people that's going to carry your casket. Because who going to carry your casket if you ain't got no memories with nobody? Inquiring minds want to know. Build the memories, have the fun, do all the things that make your heart smile, and go to work. Don't let work be the only thing you do and then you don't have anything else to occupy your time when you're not there. Like this woman in the book, ate, breathed, like her whole entire function as a human was that workplace. And they let her go. And already was ready with her backup and her replacement. And we know that jobs will do that. So invest a little bit in you by believing in your dreams and making memories with the people you love. And it's just a matter of priorities, for real. Like, yeah, the job should be a top priority, but your family, we go to work to take care of our families, not the other way around. I think that everybody should read this book so you can like get the context more. Those are the key points or the key takeaways or whatever. It was a good read. It was unexpectedly better than I thought. It was cute. It was lighthearted. It was funny. I laughed with this book. I cried with this book. Mind your business. I'm a softie for real. but I'm a gangster too. Both things can be true. And so I think that if you read it, especially if there is a middle schooler or a high schooler in your life, let them read it. Give it to them with a Dear Me journal. And maybe not a Dear Me journal, or like a journal. I heard this really great idea of this mom who like has a journal with her child, and she writes an entry and he responds to that entry with an entry of his own. Shout out to you, Jessica, because that was top tier. So maybe not a Dear Me journal, but a journal where you communicate exclusively with your children or that particular child, and every child has their own journal, so that you can have a clear line of communication where there's no judgment and it's all love, and they get to express themselves and own their feelings with you without judgment or disappointment or punishment. You know what I mean? Give it to your kids. Let them read the book. You read it too. You might find something in there that you like I did. It caught me by surprise. A welcome surprise. And yeah, until the next time, y'all be easy. Okay, so my son wants to tell you guys something.
Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Y'all take care.